Hey, I am up here on my rooftop overlooking the ocean at my hotel. This place is dope. I just have to share with you here this. Look at this massive patio up here on top of this roof that overlooks this amazing ocean view. The mountains over there. Oh, it's gorgeous. Now, right now, it's really overcast and socked in, so not quite as lovely as it potentially could be. But God, sunset up here just got to be amazing. So, it's day 3 here. I'm packing up and getting ready to head out here. So I just want to do a quick recap before I head out. This has been a great trip, and if you're like, I'm so happy that I've come here. If you're watching this, wondering if you should do this with your film, I highly recommend you come and experience this. I didn't know what this was about until I came here. I didn't know what this process is until I came here. I'd been to AFM this last year. That was a great eye-opening experience. This was even more so. And I think, if anything, the biggest thing my takeaway from all of this is the learning experience about this industry. And I'm just at the beginning of that. It's a lot to take in. It's a different beast than just production. Production is going out and making the film. My friend says it's way easier to make your film than it is to go out and sell your film. And I don't know if that's accurate. I think it's more it's different. It's a different process. It's a different animal, just like any business. I remember when I first started selling insurance and investments, those first couple of years were hard. They were not easy because you just didn't know anything. But by the end, it was like, it's easy. And I think that filmmaking, I don't ever want to say that it's easy. And I would never want to say that this process is easy, but I don't think it's any more complicated than any other business. You can become an expert in this, and you can understand how to move and operate in it just like anything else. So I think that's, it's hard when it's starting out, but you can get better at this. And that's what this process here for me has really been, is just learning how to get better at this and how to understand it. So some key takeaways. I mentioned it in the video yesterday, though. I'm terrible at posting videos, so I have no idea how to do it. I tried doing it on Instagram, and it cut it off after about like 90 seconds. And I had a whole process of going through. So I'm going to repost these on YouTube and make sure that they get all up so that y'all can at least see what the heck I was doing there yesterday. But key takeaways from this, as I mentioned, is you got to come here with meetings. That's really something that I didn't understand would make you so much more effective. You can come without meetings. I mean, I came without meetings, and I still met with a ton of people. But it's a lot harder. It really is a lot harder. A lot of these meetings, I spoke with one guy. He sells his own movies too. I was totally blown away. I was like, "You're in your own movie, and you're here selling it." He's like, "Yeah." But he comes for 3 days, buys a booth. I think he pays like $6 or $7 for one of those booths. You can buy a booth, and you can just set up your shop. And he has 18 meetings a day scheduled back to back. Every half hour he's got another meeting. And that's for 3 days straight. That's all he does, is just sit there and meet with people. They come to his booth, he meets with them, and he tries to sell them his movies. And that's super efficient. And a lot of these guys and gals, they have learned that that's what you need to do in order to fill your time. Just wandering around trying to meet with people, really hard. And most of the people are already booked. So it's really kind of tough to do so. So set up meetings like a month in advance, 2 months in advance, and lock them down. Be really, that's your job pre market, is to book as many meetings as possible. The next thing is there's a couple of ways that you can sell your movie with this stuff. You can hire a sales agent. And I knew this before, but I didn't really understand this before with that. You can hire a sales agent, and we've talked with a bunch of them, and they're basically going to be a broker for you. And they're going to find a home, either a larger distribution company, which would then elevate your film and get it out there, or they're going to get it to a hybrid type thing. Like maybe it's one big distribution for like North America, and then maybe sells to individual regions internationally, or maybe it's a little bit of both. But they're basically, they come in a bunch of different sizes and forms, but they're basically a broker for you to get your film out there to the different places. And that's one that is an option. The second one is going straight to distributor and getting a distributor to do this. And that is, again, all types of sizes. You got small, little, tiny players. And by the way, you can totally tell from their booths here. You come here, you see their booth, you're like, oh, you're massive. Or you come and see them, you're like, oh, you are teeny, teeny, teeny. And it's their presence. You really can feel it when you're coming here. And that's really a good takeaway. And then the third way is you can come and try to sell this yourself. And I think after this experience, I would be a bit foolish to try and sell my movie by myself. It's not to say that I don't get bites from it and I couldn't sell it, but I put it akin, we're doing a lot of renovations at our house, and I put it to like redoing our floors. Like we have to re-level our floors. You have to pour concrete all over the entire thing. And the entire thing needs to be leveled. I've never done that before. And I could do it. I could figure it out and try to do it, but I'm really worried I'm going to screw something up along the way. And similarly, we've got some foundation work that we need to do. And I've actually poured foundations. I've worked on it. I set up forms for it and everything like that. And yet, I'm really worried I'm going to screw something up with that. Or there's a beam in the house that needs to be reset. And it's like, again, I've got experience with that, and yet I am worried that I would screw something up with that. And that's the part with selling your own film, is that I don't know these markets. I don't know the deals with this. And I think if I don't pull in some assistance with this, I think I'm going to be doing myself a disservice along the way. Now, that being said, picking the wrong partner in this is a death trap. There are so many charlatans here. It's crazy. I don't know if charlatans is a proper and correct word, but definitely some guys and gals that you're like, I don't think I want to do business with you. This does not sound like a good deal for me. And making a bad deal is worse, I think, than making any deal. I mean, honestly, like making a bad deal is really, you can lock your film up for 5, 10, 15 years, and all that work and effort's gone down the drain. You're never going to see any money from it, and you'll be ticked. I mean, some of the guys they're like, I could give you, 30, 40,000 for it, and then we'll see what happens. And I'm just looking at them going like, that's not going to do anything. And I know exactly what's going to happen. Nothing afterwards. So I'll get 30 or 40 grand from it, and that'll be it. And maybe that's ultimately where it goes, but I can sell this film for 30 or 40 grand by myself. Just putting it out there. I mean, it is an amazing film. And when you see the trailer, you're like, oh, Adam, I want to watch this. You can go do showings. I mean, there's so many ways you could do it to make that type of money with the whole thing. I'm like, I don't think that's the route to go with this whole thing. So I think I'm going to pull in a partner with this, somebody that's going to help us with it. But at the same time, I don't think I'm going to jump into that relationship lightly. Like there's a couple of people I've got. I'm like, oh, okay, I could do business with you. This could work out. So yeah. Anyways, I don't know what I was hoping at the end of this. I know I wasn't going to have a sold film after the end of this thing, but I feel like I've accomplished what I could here, and it's been a really great experience. And that's just, it's awesome. I cannot believe that I'm here in Cannes trying to sell my film. It's just like dream come true. So great. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who's paid attention and listened to me along the way and supported me, because your comments and love has just been, it's been heartwarming. It's really, really carried me through this thing. So, one other thing, find yourself a buddy that's been in this. The woman I talked about a couple of days ago, I've been hanging out with her the whole time. She is a wealth of knowledge and just a brilliant person in this market. I'm watching her talk to people, and I'm getting so much from it. And honestly, coming back at the end of the day and chatting with her and giving like an update and everything has been so restorative. You really, if you're coming by yourself, it's really kind of lonely. You get enough no's and you're like, God, this kind of sucks sometimes, but having a friend to come back and reset your brain around it is great. And that's just fantastic. Oh, and then one other thing, sorry, I know this, but it's a long video, but I also ran into one of my friends who I haven't seen in 10 years. I did a shoot with her 10 years ago in Las Vegas. She's from the UK. She came to do a quick reality shoot in Las Vegas. We buddied up and had fun. Anyways, 10 years later, I run into her in Cannes, and it just blew my mind. It was so great seeing her. She's like a bigwig at BBC now. I was like, are you kidding me? This is amazing. So it was just neat to see it. And it's one of those things that, those relationships that you foster, your friends are going to go on to do bigger things. So you never know who you might need to hit up later on for something with it. And I'm sure at some point I'll be asking my friend for advice or something in some of these markets or something like that, because she's a bigwig now. It's like, oh my gosh. So anyways, enough babbling. I'm going to finish my coffee, enjoy that, and go catch a plane and head back to Vegas and see what's next. So, man, love you guys. Bye.